Hi guys, welcome back. It is February 6th and I'm super excited. It is the last day of the third week of spring 2025 semester. And we're going to be covering a couple of things, the professors, assignments, OSD, and then some random thoughts. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to say. So don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And don't forget to turn that notification bell that will notify you every time I upload a new video. As always, I upload every Friday, but lately I have been uploading several videos throughout the week. So yeah, let's get into the video. Professors, so you guys are gonna notice that this is halfway empty. It's just that I had to re-record this section. But I was enjoying this peach and nectarine sparkling ice water. It's absolutely delicious. It says no sugar. This brand says no sugar, but it's always really sweet in my opinion. So who knows? And then my mom brought me my afternoon snack. She's fantastic. Love you, mama. She got me some jicama and mango with tahini. Oh my god, it's fantastic. Should I actually pick you guys up? I never know how to show you guys my food. But anyways, we're gonna talk about professors in this one. So professors, so far so good. Everyone's been welcoming. They've been on top of things as much as possible. There's a couple of them that are a bit I won't do anything until you tell me to, which kind of makes sense because they don't know what I need. But I'm like, you guys have my accommodations. You guys should know exactly what you guys should be looking out for. And me not telling you every single little thing that's wrong, because again, they should be looking through my accommodations letter and then their things to make sure they are what is that word? They're doing what they're supposed to do to help me with those accommodations. I don't know how to put that, but so far so good. Hopefully it's still good by the end of the semester. So all professors are fantastic as of now. I haven't had problems with any of them yet. So yeah. So assignments and coursework or course load. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. The day that I sat down and looked through my canvas shelves that I was able to see sent me into a bit of a spiral. So my Tuesday, Thursday class at 1 p.m. This professor is the one that immediately reached out, immediately is like, what can I help you with? Thank you for reaching out and letting me know. I saw your accommodations. I think most of it should be good for the course, but let me know if anything is wrong. This is a class where we are reading one textbook every 2 weeks for their 8 weeks. Each student has to sign up for 3 days where they're going to facilitate the class. Not the whole class, only 15 minutes of it, 15 or so minutes of it. The problem is, those textbooks which she has uploaded onto the modules on her shelf are not accessible. I've been searching for them on Bookshare, Bard, Alley. I forgot what that database is called. And I have been reaching out to other people on campus to help me with this stuff. Third week, I still haven't gotten figured out, and I already missed all of my 3 days because she helped me schedule them for the second Thursday, third Tuesday, and third Thursday, which is today. And I missed all of them because I don't have the books. Very frustrating. I've been keeping her updated since the beginning, since the first week, since I realized what we were going to do. And until today, she finally said, thank you for keeping me updated. What can I do? Is there any way I can help you search? And I'm like, why didn't you offer this from the beginning? It is really, really frustrating. But it is what it is, you guys. And there's nothing I can do about it. But reply to her and tell her, this is where I'm looking. If you know of any other sources that I can reach and sign up for and stuff like that. For other classes, for most of my classes, I should say, there's certain things I need to learn, which is how to do slides, either Google Slides or PowerPoints, how to record video on Canvas and upload it. We're going to be doing community reach outs for projects. I'm going to be presenting many times. I have group activities practically every time I'm in person. It is so stressful. I realize something, you guys. I do not have academic speech. No, even if I know the materials, even if I read them, I do not have academic speech, and it makes me so disappointed in myself, and it makes me so angry that I cannot have an educated conversation or even sound like I understand what we're talking about. I cannot, like, I freeze and my brain goes blank and I just can't. And that's part of the course load. We have to have conversations with one another. We have to think about how it connects with our community, how it connects with us today and from the past, and yada yada. And I'm like, I know it, I can do it. I do it with my sister, I do it with Kim, but when it comes to class, I can't. And even at home, I don't have academic speech, which does suck. And no matter what I do, I don't know how to change it. I don't know. Let's see, what else am I missing? I can't think about anything right now. I'm so I have a lot to say throughout as it's happening, but when I sit down to talk about it, I lose it all. So there is quite a bit of accessibility issues for the materials for several of my classes. My Wednesday professor, when she realized the situation, which was the 22nd, was the first day. By the 24th, she had changed as much as she possibly could. What she couldn't change, she found YouTube links. And when she couldn't do that, she's like, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this. So even though that class had barely anything accessible, within 2 days from her realizing it, she had most of it accessible, which is fantastic. So that's my Wednesday class. That's also the class where my peers are also they don't really talk to me, but they show that they're aware of my situation and that they're willing to help by just talking out loud or making sure they're like, hi, this is so and so, we met this time, or hi, this is so and so, do you need anything? And it feels good to not feel invisible, but it's also a very strange feeling. When I'm in group, I'm literally shaking, my whole body tenses and I'm shaking and I'm stuttering and I'm choking on my saliva, and it's just horrible. But I just hope that this gets better as more and more practice comes along. But yeah, sorry about that. I had chilling. OSD. So last semester I didn't really reach out to OSD because there was no need to. This semester there's lots of need to. And for the past 2 weeks I've been struggling to get a hold of them. They called me, I called them back almost within a day. They had me on hold for 5 minutes. They came back and said, hey, we need to call you back to schedule this. Never heard back from them. Called them a couple times this week. They either didn't answer or they put me on hold again, and I would just hang up because I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I finally went to go to my counselor to email her, and I saw that she emailed me saying that, I saw that the OSD contacted you, but you didn't answer. And I'm like, I didn't answer one, and they haven't been answering many times, But toward the end of that email, she did say, this is a person you need to contact. There's their email if you want to contact them directly to schedule an appointment. I was like, I don't know when this email came in. I want to do this right away. So I finally did that today. I'm going to hope that we get some something scheduled and resolved. So yeah. So class schedules and study schedules, something I don't typically struggle with. I'm throwing tahini everywhere. But this semester has been a challenge. I have my class schedule, right? I go to campus, practice everything. I overdo things. I stress about it all. I think about how embarrassing is it going to be if I sit on somebody, or how embarrassing if I trip over a backpack and fall. All these worst scenario cases. But I do my best. I practice until I feel semi comfortable with the situation. This semester has been crazy. Within the first week, I realized that my schedule on my student portal was wrong. My evening class on Tuesday said Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the professor's like, I don't know why it says that. We're only meeting on Tuesdays. Even though it's a good change, it still threw me into a spiral. I'm like, oh my God, they just had me stressing out for weeks. I didn't, coming out at 8:45. It's just so late. I'm not comfortable being on campus. But after I got over the shock, I was very happy. With the first day of, that class, that very same class was on Zoom the first 2 Tuesdays, by the way. However, the second Tuesday, she wasn't able to sign in, so she canceled class again. Yay me, but it's still stressful because I'm like, I need to get settled into my routine, but this is not letting me be in a routine, and that's the problem. I need a routine. And then my Tuesday and Thursday class at 1 p.m. The first class, we were there, fantastic. Everyone was I did ask Ethos to find a seat, and he moved and he stopped. But it's those desks with the little square, like, notebook sized tables. And because he stopped in front of the chair and I stopped in front of the aisle, I didn't realize. And everyone was walking around me. They weren't stopping. I'm like, hello? Can somebody help me? And I kept saying, excuse me. And no, they would move around me. I think they were thinking I was saying, move out of my way. But now I was trying to cover their attention. The professor came in, completely ignored me. And I think it's because they thought I knew there was a chair in front of me. And because I don't like reaching out, especially because I'm like, I don't want to reach out and grab somebody's lap or chest. I didn't do that, even though Ethos did find me a seat. It was not until somebody from the OSD office came in and she was like, Mija, do you need help finding a seat? And I was like, oh, yes, please. And then she's like, you're right in front of one. Your doggy's right in front of one. And I'm like, oh my God. So I reach over and I follow his head and he lowers it so he could sniff the chair. And I'm like, oh my God, puppy, I'm so sorry. You're a good boy, Give him a treat. And I start sitting down and they're like, and the OSD lady's like, but you have a table over here that's against the wall in front of the whole class with the rolly chair. And I'm like, with my situation at that time, I was still struggling with a bit of vertigo and dizziness. So I'm like, I wouldn't feel stable on that chair. And then in my mind, I was like, I don't want to sit in front of the whole class and be away. I'm like, I feel more isolated. I feel more excluded, or I don't know. I always feel some sort of way when I have a table like that. So I'm like, no, as long as I'm near the door, I think I'm fine. And as long as the puppy isn't blocking the door. And then that's when the professor walked over. He's like, oh, hi, Guadalupe. You can move one more seat to your right and you'll be against the wall that's nearest the door. And I'm like, okay, is the puppy going to block the doorway? And she's like, no, you're fine. I'm like, okay. And in that class, she also announced that because I guess some students had emailed her with the flyers and stuff like that, that if there would be any way that we can go online. Of course, she couldn't do that, but she was willing to make Thursdays Zoom classes, and that's what she did. Again, fantastic. After the fact, after I realized it would benefit me, because that meant I would not have to go to campus on Thursdays. Yay, But it's still like, the last 2 Tuesdays also happened on Zoom because of the fires and other situations. And I'm not able to find a routine, and that's my problem. And the bigger problem is, Ethos is like, are you going to give me some jicama? Finding my routine. I need to find my routine in when I go to class and when I'm staying home. I need to find my routine in study. Study, I have not been able to find. My sleeping schedule is a bit messed up. I am sleeping, thankfully I'm sleeping 7 hours, but it's still in a weird time. I go to sleep at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and wake up anywhere between 9 and 10. And I'm like, this is not helping me because that's taking away 2 hours that I can add to my study time. So finding a study time that fits me, and then my classes, and then my, going out with my mom, running errands, doing other things, going out with friends, and finding that balance, because last semester I did not find that balance and it was so stressful. And I haven't been able to find that. I know it's the end of the third week, but I just want to find one. I need to find one. Orientation and mobility and technology. So without me having to bug my DOR counselor, she automatically approved me for another 20 hours of mobility. The first time we were going to schedule it was the second week, but I forgot that I couldn't make it because of the scheduling and the layout of the classes. And then this week he canceled. I'm hoping that, because we rescheduled for next week, because that gap between my 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock classes on Tuesdays, there's a really big gap. There's a 3-hour gap that he can come and meet me. So I'm like, perfect. These Tuesdays are going to be great for you to come over and we can practice, right? So hopefully next Tuesday I will finally have a normal Tuesday, what it's supposed to be like, and we'll meet during that gap and start getting some stuff done. For technology, you guys, it's been a year, going on 2 years, since I've been trying to start a conversation with my DR counselor about getting technology. 5 years ago, I told her, hey, there's so many updates on the websites and accessibility that this laptop is no longer useful. She's like, well, if you can still use your Word, you don't need a new laptop. It's been 10 years since I have had any new technology. My ancient Apex Braille, which is no longer manufactured and no company will help you work with it now, cannot be alive without being connected to its charger, and its charger is all old and it's frayed. It's gonna collapse soon. It's gonna not work soon. And what am I gonna be left with? Just my phone? No, I need something. So I'm going to write an email to her again, my DOR counselor, and see what happens from there. I'm gonna contact other people from her department to get the ball rolling, because I need stuff. And I'm also gonna ask for training for the technology. Maybe I can have somebody to, help me more with like Google Slides and stuff. My friend Phil did say he was gonna help me though, so we will see how. Okay, you guys, I don't know if I missed anything. If you guys want me to add any more categories into these updates, please let me know. I'm not sure exactly what to cover in these. I should start writing notes down so that when I do these, I'm not umming and trying to think about anything or everything that I should talk about. But I think we're going to leave it here. It's just been 3 weeks. It's been a crazy 3 weeks. It's been a stressful 3 weeks. It's been a messy 3 weeks. But we got through them. And that's all that really matters. I'm hoping to catch up with all my classes by, or at least 3 of my classes by the end of this week. I will keep you guys updated as always. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next one.